It's episode 11. Yes, it is. Just
Yes,
off the top of my head, what did
yes,
we discuss
it
this?
is episode 11. We literally just had this conversation.
We did.
Okay. There was no show last week.
Yes,
There was some technical difficulties while we were recording. It was
Yeah.
very annoying to us as well.
Exactly.
So.
There's no sound, sadly. What's a
sound.
podcast about sound?
Yes.
All you'll see is us talking about the sound.
Yeah.
Actually, lip readers might have got it.
Lip readers.
Might have got the
been away.
podcast.
Okay, although last week, kicking off the show, we did talk about the fact that just days before that show, I had been to a Raw house show.
You did, yes.
I broke down the show. I broke down the house show on that show. I'm not going to do that now, but it was a fun time. I was able to meet Heath Slater and Rhino before the show, so massive thanks to WWE for that one.
Yeah.
And obviously WWE did have their UK tour as well.
They did, yes, and heard really good things about it. Loads of good matches from the actual tour.
I heard a lot about the Daniel Bryan and Miz matches
Yes.
on the SmackDown
Yeah,
side.
30-minute match as well. Yeah.
So I got a 6-man match on Raw.
Yeah. So tonight's.
Tonight. Okay,
The show we got for this week, where we go over Raw and SmackDown as per.
Yes.
And we'll be doing our Hall of Fame again with
the debut of the Hall of Shame. We've been teasing this for seems like a month now.
Probably the debut was actually last week for us.
The debut was last week, but the camera screwed us.
As previously mentioned.
Okay.
That one.
Edit that out. So, Raw. You ready with this? You want lead with Raw?
Here we go. Stephen will take this one.
Notes on here. So, the opening segment, I've got it written in the wrong order. So let's just start with the Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax.
I actually watched this segment.
You saw this segment?
Yeah, I watched it on YouTube.
You watched it on YouTube.
I did.
How do you think of it then?
I found it alright. You're both very intimidating. The only thing I didn't like though was that Stephanie McMahon was cutting promos for both of them.
Yeah. Well, because Nia and Ronda aren't really the strongest talkers, so Stephanie in a way helped the segment by doing that.
True, but I just didn't like her presence there.
What do you think of Nia pretty much going heel again so soon?
Is she a heel though?
No.
She just seems she's playing more of the John Cena against her face role.
Maybe.
She's playing
maybe.
I think she's playing the heel role in that. I don't think she's necessarily a heel.
Okay. So, to open the show, after Kurt Angle and Stephanie McMahon segment, we had Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens.
Yep.
Roman won by DQ, but then that led to a tag match straight after. This match took up all of this took up pretty much an hour of the show. So then we had obviously Owens and Jinder Mahal against Rollins and Reigns. Who won that match? I'm assuming Rollins and Reigns, I can't remember. And then we had the Lashley sisters. What do you want to talk about this?
I have not seen this segment, but
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah, I've heard such bad
It was
things about it.
It's like nearly 1 year to the day of the Bailey This Is Your Life segment.
Oh god.
And we have seen WWE's worst segment of 2018 on this Raw right here. So they had these. I don't even want to talk about it. Let's move on.
Let's just move on, yeah.
Let's move on. Ember Moon pinned Alexa Bliss clean.
As well.
Does
Does that really matter much anymore?
No, Alexa's not the champion anymore.
Going back to Stephanie. Go back to Stephanie McMahon.
Go back to Stephanie McMahon.
During her promo,
Yep.
she was dissing Nia. Can you remember what she said about? She said what's talking about to Nia?
I can't specifically remember now.
It took you 15 minutes to beat puny little Alexa.
Oh.
She basically buried
Alexa Bliss.
She pretty much indirectly buried her by basically
I don't
calling
think
Alexa
it was
Bliss.
indirect at all.
Oh, indirect, direct, either way.
Buried Nia and Alexa.
Yes, in the same
line. In the same line.
Exactly.
Right.
Not good on Alexa, considering even though she was playing the cowardly champion, she was still getting results done as champion.
Yes.
And she is the longest reigning women's champion.
Yeah.
And actually,
She's pretty much been a champion.
little fun fact: she was also, until she lost the title, she was also the second longest reigning champion of all champions at AOE.
Oh, right.
Of all champions?
Third.
No.
Third.
Who was second?
Pete Dunne.
No, before she won out before Pete Dunne.
No, Pete Dunne had it for a year. Pete Dunne's had the belt for a year.
I mean more on AOE basis, not NXT.
Yeah, I know, just messing with me. Pete Dunne has just passed a year with the UK title.
Yeah.
make of that what you will. He hasn't defended a match.
Well, at least on NXT TV a few times, but not as much.
Probably more than Lesnar. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Lesnar ain't defended.
Yes. So then we had Baron Corbin beating Whoa. I nearly said Ho Way Jose. Baron Corbin beat No Way Jose.
Well, you just did say it.
Yes. Right. It was whatever. The B team beat. Oh my god, I messed up my words right now.
The B team beat Breezango.
I said the B team beat Breezango is what I was gonna say.
Yes, for the second week in a row.
God damn, what's wrong with me? Yes, it was a really quick match though. Yeah. Dolph Ziggler and Chad Gable. Dolph Ziggler got the win. They had a pretty decent segment building up to this match as well.
Apparently they're setting up them versus American Alpha.
Well, when's Jordan gonna be back? How long? Or do we know when Jordan's back?
Well, apparently he's supposed to be back ages ago.
Was he? Oh.
Yeah, apparently he's supposed to be back the night after WrestleMania.
Oh yeah. Alright.
I guess they're saving that because you got to attack him now. Maybe attack him next week and they'll bring it a third week.
Maybe. But it does seem like that's what they're building up to. Natalya qualified for Money in the Bank in the 4-way, I think it was.
I can see that being the SummerSlam match.
What?
You know, it's even if it's kickoff. Ziggler and McIntyre versus American Alpha.
Yeah. Sorry, I know I cut you off on talking about that.
Yeah.
So it could be. Natalya qualified for Money in the Bank. Yeah. Elias beat Rude. That was the Bill and Nephew. They had a great segment at the. They had a great checks. Oh my god.
I don't get what.
They had a great segment. They had a great segment together at the house show I went to. They started singing Wonderwall.
Yeah, why are they ruining Bobby Roode for?
He needs to turn heel. He needs to turn heel. He was great as a heel.
That's the same for a lot of wrestlers.
Yeah. And then in the main event, Braun Strowman beat Finn Balor.
Oh, that's good. If you said it the other way around, I'd be very surprised.
Finn Balor beat Braun Strowman.
Yeah. Was it as clean as it could be?
It was
pretty much clean. Just beating 1, 2, 3.
I wasn't paying attention. I don't know.
Probably. I assume it should have took Braun Strowman more than a clean victory to beat Finn Balor.
Yes, it was. No.
I'm saying that because Finn
I'm sure it was clean. Any other thoughts on Raw?
Well, as I said, I haven't seen it before. What I have seen, not that good personally, but then again, I just don't like. To me, Stephanie had 2 segments. I'm just not a huge fan of Stephanie personally. Yeah. I think she's overstayed.
She was alright on Raw this week, to be fair. She was. So.
I just thought something. We'll talk about burying Alexa Bliss. That's not even the start of it. Guess who else she buried?
Who?
205 Live.
Did she?
She went to, you can say what you will, but it's like one of those if you really think about it, it was a burial. She said to Ronda, she was like, you can't, you beat, you in the bantamweight division, you were in with strawweights and something.
Well, she was.
Yeah, and then she was trying to imply Nia was not a bantamweight, but she was like, there's no weight divisions here in the WWE. Have you checked? There's a cruiserweight division.
There's a show based on people who weigh below a certain weight.
And if there's also divisions.
If there's no weight division, where the hell's Neville? The reason he left is because he was being held down by a weight division. SmackDown. New Day won Miz TV to kick off the show. Miz wants to know who was going to be in the Money in the Bank match. That's why they're on. They held it from him. There was an in-sync joke.
Okay.
Miz.
What is New Day's purpose nowadays?
They were alright on the show. And
No.
Their purpose,
I mean, what's
the purpose is for Big E to get over on his own in the Money in the Bank match.
So they're going to be a singles star now.
I
mean exactly how I said it. They are going to be a single star.
Yes, okay.
They're not stars, a single star.
Yeah, Big E.
I don't
know. Couple of things from this segment.
I'd love to see a little fun thing where each of them tries to go for the same title.
Yeah.
Like one page it'll be like the champion versus say I don't know, Jeff Hardy versus Big E, and Jeff Hardy versus Kobe, Jeff Hardy versus Xavier. We'll just fit a 4-way.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, with Jeff Hardy winning, of course, but yeah.
So then they basically ran after Miz, started throwing pancakes at him, and shame throwing pancakes. It was actually quite funny. Miz ran backstage to find Paige, who said,
I still think New Day should split ages ago.
Alright.
I still think they should split after the Usos feud. I really do think they should have.
Yeah.
I think it would be a perfect time for them to say, we've achieved all we can. We had a great feud with Usos. I think it's time we all split off. Like some of the time Ryback's all ended. A little segment where they're just like, oh, we should split now. Like, yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like simple. Shake hands. We'll always be friends.
Okay. Yeah.
Instead of like doing a big heel time.
Yeah.
If you want.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just a food for thought.
So yes, Miz said in the segment that he could beat any member of the New Day. He ran off backstage after being thrown pancakes at. That didn't make sense. Paige was standing right there. Said,
Paige,
no, you said yes. She said that. She said you said you could beat any member of the New Day, so go do it. Literally like that in a Norfolk accent.
Hey, that's good. That's good.
Go do it.
You go on then. Off you go.
So he was against Big E. One of the quotes which I thought was quite interesting from the Miz TV. Big E won't be taken seriously because he doesn't take himself seriously.
Ooh.
Which I think plays into the whole, like, he's going to go in Money in the Bank and he's going to take himself more seriously, and that's going to lead to the split, I think.
I want Big E.
And that was a great quote from the Miz.
One thing I could redo actually, just think of that, a really good heel to have Big E. Let's say he's in the Money in the Bank, right? And they're starting to act all jokingly to him, like outside the ring. It's like, guys, just
I'll
stop.
come on to that in a second.
Oh, okay.
Because during the match,
Yeah.
they Woods and Kofi were on commentary. They ran over to Big E,
Yeah.
like gave him a stool like he was in the middle of a round, like a fight,
Okay.
and then started pouring pancake syrup down his throat.
Okay.
Yes.
What's that for? Okay.
It's just like the joking around, isn't
Oh, yeah.
it? Also in this match, Xavier Woods said to Corey Graves that you are no Michael Cole.
Oh, that's nice of him. Oh, that's nice.
And Kofi Kingston, when Cesaro and Sheamus came down, Kofi jumped off Cesaro's shoulder to take out Sheamus.
Nice.
So yes, and then Miz won that match. So next we had Lana versus Billie Kay.
I saw the end of the match.
So it was a quick match. They
I must see no match then.
yeah, probably. Aiden English got the crowd singing "Lana is the best, Lana number one."
Rusev not up with him.
No,
Oh.
Rusev wasn't there. Aiden English did his full intro like he's introducing Rusev, but then instead of saying Rusev Day, he said Lana is the best, Lana number one.
This is gonna be so. I've seen like I haven't seen actually what they.
And then during at the start of the match, in the match, I guess, because it was short. Aiden English held up a Lana Day sign.
How would you feel, right, personally, like from a storyline perspective and from an entertainment perspective? How would you feel about a Mr. and Mrs. Money in the Bank between Rusev and Lana?
I would be okay with it. I would love it. It would be great.
Because I know for us personally, if we from a wrestler perspective, of course we want people like Becky Lynch and something like that.
Yeah.
But Becky could always have them. Like people don't understand.
People
They're
say-
really young. They've got. She's already had a reign with the title.
Yeah.
Right. So. She's got years ahead. She's got another decade plus ahead of her.
I don't think so with Becky.
Why?
Becky retired a few years ago because of injuries.
Well, she's still got she's got a few good years ahead.
She's probably got a few years in her, but I think she's going to have to retire fairly early because of her injuries.
Okay. No.
Like if you see her running in a match and like it just looks weird. Like she's someone who's had a lot of matches and been wrestling for years, and you can tell.
Still, she can do herself.
But everyone says about company holding Becky down. Becky's fine.
I think Becky's perfect. If she don't like how she put, she would have complained about it in some way or fashion by now.
Yes.
Even
like
subliminally, she would have measured. Even cryptically, she would have acknowledged.
Yeah, maybe. Alan Westman's out next. He beat, I believe, it's Kevin Bennett, the jobber, who was actually on YouTube years ago as Kayfabe Mashups, if you know that name. No? Making mashups of theme songs?
No.
And he started doing like a documentary about when he became a wrestler?
No.
He was on Raw, he was on SmackDown as a jobber, so
That's
good for him.
That's nice.
Then we had the AJ Styles and Nakamura segment. AJ was out first, Nakamura was out to a slightly remixed song. Couple quotes from this segment. "I will not just beat you, I will dishonor you," said
that?
Nakamura.
Oh, I like that then.
I always knew you were the king of soft style from AJ Styles. And then Nakamura Styles was trying to like hit the forearm or whatever. Nakamura took him out with a chair.
You're the king of soft style. Really, that's the best he could give. That's kind of
Alright.
like, oh, everything is
The Good Brothers
Yeah.
beat the Usos. And so they will face the Bludgeon Brothers at the next pay-per-view at Money in the Bank.
Yes.
The Battle of the Brothers. Both on SmackDown and at the pay-per-view.
Haha, yes.
They won with the Magic Killer clean as well. So, and there was a bit of a promo before the match as well.
They're going to lose like 2 minutes though, Money in the Bank.
What?
They're going to lose in like 2 minutes.
Probably, but it's good to see another team up there.
So I see it's being pushed that
when we've
spot.
just seen what seems like ages, the Usos and the New Day, and then the Blood and Brothers came in, but
SmackDown will become again like the land of tag teams.
Yeah.
You've got all the single stars.
Yeah.
But you've got like the heart of SmackDown will be the tag division.
I think so. I think they
Well,
can do
it
that.
has been for a while now.
Yeah. The tag team division's been great. Naomi qualified for Money in the Bank. She beat Sonya Deville.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
I really don't care.
I don't care. They did a spot when
She'll make Naomi win or something. Because she wins everything now. She wins all the big like multi-person matches.
Yeah.
She wins all the Battle Royals.
Okay.
She won at WrestleMania last year.
Oh, it's in her hometown.
Even still.
Yeah. There was a spot when they tried to kick each other. Naomi legit kicked Sonya Deville right in the face. Hard. Sonya Deville was a fighter, she can take it. But
True.
it was quite, it was like, I was like, ooh.
How did she react to it?
I can't remember.
Okay.
Wasn't paying that much
I
attention.
was more like, how did she react, positive or negative?
Well, I see the show, I think it was
Like
alright.
a Brock Lesnar where you just got pissed off.
I think she was fine, I think. Then the main event, we had Daniel Bryan versus Jeff Hardy. Daniel Bryan got the win with the yes lock. He will face Samoa Joe next week.
Oh, I saw a bit of actually happened in that.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see it. I looked on.
Okay.
And he said Joe was like, I think apparently Joe came out and was like, why are you celebrating? Next week you're facing me.
Joe was on commentary for the match.
Yeah, he's like, why are you celebrating? You're going to face me next week.
Yeah.
There's no time to celebrate.
It was good.
There's someone, because I seen it on Twitter, it was like a picture of like a little, like the quote, and then it's like someone tweeted about it saying, we're celebrating because we get to see that match. It's like, that's what we're celebrating for.
Alright. Okay.
Daniel Bryan versus Samoa Joe.
So, yeah.
Well, think about that for a minute.
wrestled before.
Yeah, but let that sink in though. Daniel Bryan versus Samoa Joe.
I mean, we never thought this was going to happen in WWE.
Jesus! Daniel Bryan versus AJ versus Joe.
So you need to catch up on Raw and SmackDown so you can watch this match.
I do. Well, it hasn't happened yet, so.
Next, you got a week. You got a few days now.
Bryan versus Hardy. Jesus Christ.
Bryan versus Hardy was a good match. It was probably one of Hardy's better single matches since he's been back.
Well, Bryan, didn't you say?
Yeah.
It's bound to happen.
Yeah. To be fair, it was probably Hardy's best singles match since he's been back on this run. So that does it for Raw and SmackDown.
So, just before we close off on Raw and SmackDown, a bit of related news about that. Recently, Fox has made a deal to air SmackDown on its shows. I don't know if Raw's included, I believe.
Raw is not included.
It's not included,
Raw is staying on USA.
So as far as we know, SmackDown's going to be on one of the Fox shows.
It's going to be on. It's going to be this. Well, I'll let you go.
No, you want to finish off because
we're saying they're spending $1 billion. They've spent $1 billion.
Oh, that's what's nice. Yeah.
It's going to be on Big Fox.
And it's about $250 a year. 200,000, 250,000. I don't know how many year contract it is for them. Yeah. But yeah, it's a good $1 billion deal.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Just air a show on it.
This is directly intertwined to Fox losing the rights to UFC, I feel.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are coming out and saying that. Dave Meltzer's saying that because he works in both fields as well.
I think they pay too much personally.
For SmackDown, yeah.
Jesus.
This does also mean that it could be going to 3 hours.
Oh, no, it's alright.
Sorry to.
Actually, I've been thinking about this for a while. Actually,
This isn't
a 3 hour thing, like because think about Raw and that.
Raw's too long.
Yeah, but I think SmackDown could pull it off.
I don't know.
Cause
One thing to point out though, this doesn't go into effect until October next year. So we've still got about 18 months until this starts.
Tell you what, it could mean though.
Well,
205 Live might be over a SmackDown.
Maybe.
So they'll need numbers, and the easiest way to get numbers, 205 Live on the same day at the same arena, you know.
Yeah.
So why not, you know?
Maybe.
And also allows people all these new acts from NXT. New spot. The roster's only going to get bigger.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
So 2 hours, 3 hours, it doesn't bug me as much as it used to. The problem with Raw back then was probably as early as like last year, or the year before. So the rosters were not big enough to hold a 3 hour show.
Yeah.
You need pretty much to hold a 3 hour show. You pretty much need a roster double the size of shows that were 2 hours. Pretty much 1 hour and a half, because you've got like you need a solid about, if you think about 13 to 15 segments is probably what it is.
Yeah.
You need about a good like 40, 50 rosters on just Raw.
Yeah.
Just to cut 40 to 50 on just Raw alone.
Yeah.
Because then you have to do tag team matches and stuff like that, and that adds up the numbers really quickly.
Yeah.
And then obviously numbers for backup in case some people can't make the show. So I don't know how many Raw has at the minute. I think they're probably in their 30s or
It's
maybe about to break 40.
I think it's around 40.
About 40, but then you've got NXT and stuff like that. A lot. They'll do it.
Yep.
One thing that will happen is there'll be a lot more call-ups.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more quickly as well.
There's going to be a lot more spots for guys who aren't getting the matches now. People like Gable, Chad Gable maybe.
And matches might even be longer as well.
Yeah, possibly.
But also means promos might be a lot longer as well, which is not good for me. Unless it's a good promo, then I could be there, watch it all day, honestly. But, and also links in with the new pay-per-view thing they got.
Oh my god.
Pay-per-views, like every pay-per-view is going to add an extra hour.
Don't get me started on this.
Am I going to get you triggered now? The general pay-per-view format is the 3 hour show with the 1 hour pre-show. Well, now it's going to be a 4 hour show with an hour pre-show, meaning we get to spend 5 long hours watching shows now.
It does mean the pay-per-view is going to be starting an hour earlier here. So
Sure, should have been better.
pay-per-views are going to be starting here at midnight. I think this is as of Money in the Bank, right?
I do not know that bit.
I believe it's as of Money in the Bank. So
probably is actually. It'll probably start with Extreme Rules.
pay-per-views are going to be starting.
Jesus. And also
at 12.
The Big 5 or Big 4 at the very minimum are probably going to be extended to like 7 hours.
Oh, I think it's going to be 5. I had, but it's
the
network, so they've been doing this for a while anyway. Just having whatever length they want. So
just under the guise of being short.
it's like the last NXT show was 3 hours.
To be honest, I don't mind that as much because, as we've just mentioned about on SmackDown, it helps get more matches on the card.
Yeah,
it helps. But there's more matches in the card, always a good thing. Helps more storylines get that pay-per-view payoff instead of always being like a little Raw SmackDown payoff. Like, helps with that aspect. Plus, it's only really an hour or something.
Yeah, it's only an extra hour though.
And to be honest, I'm getting more used to longer shows now. Like I actually managed to I remember going back to WrestleMania 32. I actually fell asleep during the show because it was just so late and
I fell asleep during that show as well.
And also the match.
I fell asleep during that Roman Reigns Triple H.
Oh, I did as well.
I haven't watched it back yet.
No, I'm not even gonna. I remember waking up about 3 or 4 minutes for the end of the match.
Honestly, I think
I didn't really fall asleep. I just more like dazed off of it.
Yeah.
I sleep for like 15,
I did
10 minutes.
I do that all the time.
Straight, I think for 10 minutes I fall asleep for.
Because I watch a lot of UFC live as well, so I do that all the time.
But this year I did good WrestleMania. Actually, I just stayed up for.
I was staying up all.
I feel a little bit groggy
because it was a good WrestleMania.
Yeah, I was feeling a little bit groggy, but like I felt fatigued, but that's because the whole week itself, and also we get used to stuff like that. Like I think time, like 10 years from now, we'll probably going, what? You only had 4 hour shows? What? 10 hour shows now?
I think since I've been watching New Japan, that my tolerance for longer shows has grown. Obviously in New Japan they're good shows, so
it helps when the show's actually good as well.
Yes. Like I don't want to watch a 5 hour Backlash.
Oh no! I can't even manage it for half of that.
But if it's like Dominion, sure.
True. And with the better rosters, I feel like it should hopefully get better.
Yeah.
Writing wise, it's still very bad, but yeah.
So what I'll just throw in here is like, this deal is like completely intertwined with the UFC's deal.
Yeah.
The Fox lost the UFC rights. All of the UFC TV rights have gone to ESPN now. So.
Yeah.
So, and that was a 1.5 billion deal. So obviously you're looking at similar money as well.
Jesus, that's the only problem I have with this deal. It's going to make WWE feel so untouchable.
Yes, it will.
It's going to make them feel,
It means they're gonna have
we
a
can
lot-
book whatever we want.
Yeah.
We're fine. We've got the money.
It means they've got a lot more money, which means
Wine's probably going to get worse.
you might get. I was going to say it means you might get Pyro back, but okay.
Yeah, that as well. Hopefully, they better get Pyro back off this
They
thing.
got $1 billion.
Because they've got no excuse now where they can't have Pyro. They've got to pay Osari, which they've got that, and then they also now going to pay $1 billion off bloody. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
yeah. So, any final thoughts on this deal?
I hope that WWE doesn't get complacent afterward.
Okay.
I hope once they receive the money, I hope they don't go, well, we're good now, we're sold for the next few years. If they decide to take us off contract, they've got to pay us for it anyway, so we might as well just sit back, put your feet up, we'll just get Road Dogg to vote more crap, you know.
Yeah, okay.
So that was from all the Raw SmackDown pay-per-view related stuff. Let's move on to the main event of the show. The co-main event in a way.
The co-main event.
It's a
We've still got one
penultimate.
more segment.
It's a co-main event really. This is two.
Right,
anyway.
co-main event.
Right, it is the Hall of Fame for us.
It's the Hall of Fame.
The
So,
logo somewhere.
so what have we already inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Damn. Okay, we did one, didn't we?
No, you did the
I did the Rock
the
Toronto
Rock in
promo,
Toronto promo.
and you did.
Oh god, what the hell did I
You
induct?
did the. Oh god damn it, cousin, right?
Oh yes, Minoru Suzuki's music.
Yes.
Kevin, you know, yeah, yes.
I actually listened to that just recently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They've stopped using it as much now.
Oh,
They're only using it.
I
For
like it.
They're not using it for Suzuki Gun anymore. They're only using it for, for Suzuki in singles matches.
Right.
So, which makes it more special.
So yeah,
So-
they were the first.
They were the first two.
inductees.
This week we will be inducting two more
We
into
will.
the Hall of Fame. Just a reminder, we're not inducting wrestlers. We are inducting anything but
Anything
wrestlers.
but wrestlers themselves. 'Cause
Okay.
They get inducted all the time.
And then stay tuned because after this we will have the debut of the Hall of Shame.
Yay.
So, if you want to kick us off, Robert.
I will kick us off. Here we go. Here's the kick-off show. So from this week, we're basically doing what we were going to do last week, I assume. You're doing
Yes.
yours. Yeah, so for my Hall of Fame this week, it is the Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada promo from the end of Night 2 Dominion.
No, it wasn't
No,
Dominion.
not West
It was
Wales,
Wrestling Dentaku.
Don't tackle it, that's what D, I think D in my head, because we're so close to... Anyway.
Dentaku building up to the Dominion match
Yes, that is...
where
that
of
is
course they will be facing off in a no time limit.
It was...
2 out of 3 falls match.
Alright, let me cover it. That's people's the emphasis on the promo now. We should trust the lines on the promo. But anyway, okay, so with this promo, Kazuchika Okada did his shtick, he does his whole, I've got like 2-3 points to say, this one was 3 points.
So yes, so I want to point out, if anyone doesn't watch New Japan, after the big pay-per-view matches,
Yes.
Okada will always cut a promo in the ring
Yes.
to the fans, like basically thanking the crowd, but he will also build up and tease
Just
what's
like,
next.
and he set up, because like how he set up his match with Tanahashi at
Yes.
the same show. So I can't remember all the points he actually said, but I know he said 3 points. He was like, he bragged, he was talking about all the people he beat, Zakwa, Tanahashi,
Zack Sabre Jr.
Yes, Zack Sabre Jr.
Evil Fale.
Evil Fale. You have some others in there from
Naito.
Naito.
Didn't you mention Naito?
No, I'm alright, calm down. Someone's getting very excited for New Japan.
I love New Japan.
I know, that's the thing.
New Japan.
Alright. Oh, good, yeah, I'm gonna little mark you. Right, okay. Anyway, so, and the one guy he beat was Kenny Omega. That was at Wrestle Kingdom 11.
Yes.
Getting confirmation. So
And-
that was
and
our
Dominion,
first
and
match.
Dominion.
I'm trying to go in order of their matches. I believe Wrestle Kingdom was first
Yes.
of the 3, and then
Dominion.
Dominion was when they drew.
Yes.
I think it was a 60-minute time limit
Yes, it
as
was,
well.
yes.
Yeah, so yeah, they drew a second match, and then the third one was at the G1
Yes,
semis.
it was not semis.
Quarterfinal or something like that?
That's not how the duel works.
Oh,
It was in the block.
okay, so yeah, he beat Okada.
I believe it was B block.
Yeah. So yeah, he beat Okada, but it was not for the title. So technically on their trilogy, it is a 1-1 with a draw.
It's a 1-1-1.
Yeah, it's a 1-1-1. So as he just beat his record 13th title. It's 13. I think it's 13.
13 defenses. Yes.
Yeah, he won his 13th defense against Tanahashi.
Whose record he was beaten.
Exactly. I love that booking. That's actually a really good booking from that side.
Yeah.
And then he picked Kenny as he beat him in their third match, and he couldn't beat him in their second match. So he called Kenny out. Kenny wanted it to be a 2 out of 3 falls. I believe Okada wanted it to be without time limit, because he couldn't beat him within the time limit.
Yeah.
So they agreed on that for the title, and that's going to be happening at Dominion.
9th of June.
Right, for June, right, plug there. Right,
just over 1 week from now. By the time you're watching this, is about a week away.
both,
And you should all watch this
Yeah.
match. This Rey Mysterio on the card as well. The Young Bucks are there. Marty Scurll.
You're just advertising right now.
Will Ospreay. Yeah, I'm not being paid when you.
What's this show? It is not.
Will Ospreay will be defending against the winner of the Best of
You're
Super
going
Juniors.
to play Plug the Networks, aren't you?
No, I'm not going to put that.
So yeah, I like that promo.
It was a great promo.
It's a great promo from both. Nice little thing as well. Kenny Omega was speaking Japanese throughout the promo.
Yeah, Kenny Omega speaks very good
They
Japanese.
barely actually spoke English as well. I know they did speak English at some points.
Kenny speaks very good Japanese, and he always tries to when he's
Oh,
over
he
there.
did.
Yeah.
You could tell he's fluent in Japanese.
Yes.
Very, almost like he is.
He's been out there for a while now.
To be honest, his Japanese almost seems just as good as his English at this point. No.
I know what you mean. I know.
Like his Japanese seems so fluent. It's pretty much almost like he's speaking it as if it's his first language.
Yeah.
In a way.
He's very fluent in it.
Yeah. So that's mine. I don't want to do too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should we go on to mine right now?
Yeah, we should.
Mine took place in Jeddah, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
You can't have much from that one.
What?
Can't have much from that show.
Just a few weeks ago, we obviously had the greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we did.
In this match, 50 men ran down to the ring. One man tripped over and slid all the way under the ring.
One man did above all. He conquered the conquerors.
It's like, oh my god.
The lion of Daiwi.
The funniest thing about this is when he's just trying to crawl backwards to get out of them. And then he goes into the ring. I feel bad for poor Elias. He hit him so hard.
Oh,
he was
nice.
like pissed off at this.
God damn it, Titus.
He just like, I'm gonna put the video in now so you'll see. But he just goes and hits Elias like, boom. It's not even a wrestling move. He's just so pissed off, and like, imagine how pissed he'd have been if he knew how much they were replaying it. But then,
Oh, God.
you had Corey Graves completely losing his mind over it. Michael Cole was kind of in the middle. Byron Saxton just wanted to move on, the saint that he is. He didn't want to tease him.
Good old Corey.
Byron.
Oh, Byron.
Good old Corey, he was the one burying him.
Exactly. It's like good old Corey. Good old Corey burying people.
Yeah, so I don't need to talk about this in as much detail as you talked about that last one. Everyone's seen this. It's one of the greatest wrestling moments of all time. It's up there with the Shockmaster.
Damn. No, not that harsh, surely.
No, I mean,
Oh,
the
God.
Shockmaster ruined his career. Titus O'Neil has got a t-shirt from this.
He's made his career.
So it made his career. Okay, so there we have our two new inductees into the Hall of Fame.
God, yeah.
The Okada promo from Wrestling Dontaku and Titus O'Neil slipping and falling under the ring at the Greatest Royal Rumble. Yeah, okay, so now it's time for the Hall of Shame. The debut of the Hall of Shame, in fact. How did I not mention that? So I'm going to kick off this one. It's from a TNA show in 2009, which I was actually in attendance at. I'm going to tell you the show. Let's see if you can figure out what I'm inducting, okay?
Okay.
What do you think of when I say Victory Road 2009? Okay, let me show you in.
No, I think I'm at the wrong year one. I was thinking of Sting. And
No, that's 2011.
Yeah.
Okay.
Victory 2009.
Victory-
Victory Fatal 4-Way?
No.
No.
I don't know what fell for you talking
Foley Angle, Jarrett.
No, it's not that.
No.
I'll tell you about this card in a minute. But
Okay, just-
the match that I'm inducting is
Oh, match.
one of the worst matches of all time. It's definitely the worst match I've seen live. I believe Dave Meltzer gave it -5 stars.
Okay.
This is the match between Jenna Maraska and Sharmell. Do you not remember this?
No.
Do you not remember this?
I do not remember.
Oh,
I know who Shamel is.
No Shamel. So this is basically what happens when you put two non-workers in a match against each other on pay-per-view. It was a complete train wreck. It was the worst match I've ever seen. I need to show you this. It doesn't help that you don't remember this. I thought you'd know this.
I think I know of it.
You know of it,
Yeah.
okay. So at the time, Jenna Maraska is from Survivor, the TV show in America.
Sure, yeah.
She won that, and she was doing some stuff with TNA. She was working with the Main Event Mafia, who at the time were like running everything in TNA. They actually won every title on this show. So this is around that time when they were just in charge of everything, and it was a very bad show. I shouldn't need to say that. So also on the show we had Kurt Angle in the title match against Mick Foley, AJ Styles versus Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash beat AJ Styles clean in 2009.
What?
Yeah. Joe.
Oh my god, that's so Nash thing to do.
Booker T and Scott Steiner beat Beer Money for the titles. Samoa Joe beat Sting. This was the debut of Taz in TNA.
That's good.
On this show. But that is not what the show is remembered for. The show is remembered for this Sharmell and Jenna Maraska match. Okay, so I don't know how to explain it. There's clips on the screen right now of the match. You can see what's happening. You can see why this is a Hall of Shame worthy match, I think. I think it's pretty obvious that I think the slaps, Jenna Maraska just slapping Sharmell, and it's like some of the worst offense I've ever seen. Sojo Bolt was there for some reason. Awesome Kong killed both of them in the best moment of the match at the end. It's like, why Sharmell was wrestling in that dress, I don't know. You're confused right now, I know. That's something I know. But, because we can't get much conversation out of this, let's move on to yours.
Okay, mine was. Yours was back to 2000. We're going to move a couple a bit further in time, but not to the present.
Okay.
But to about a nice wintry night in 2015 December.
Yes, I remember.
Oh, these were the good days. These were the good days indeed, especially for the promos. Roman Reigns and Sheamus will have a nice little back and forth conversation. Really good promos. It rivals Cena and Styles promos. I'll tell you that right now. They did some great promos. They even put Punk and Cena in the shame right there. Roman Reigns delivered the absolute greatest line I've ever heard of any promo of any time of any era. I don't care if you're The Rock or Austin. I don't care if you're Cena or Punk. You're going to have to get really into this right now. It has to be really close and personal line right now. Delivered the two greatest words I've ever heard in my entire life.
Two words. Just 3 words.
No, there's 2 words. Tater tots.
Oh, you changed it.
I changed it. I'm sorry, I thought about it in my head constantly.
Was this on Sheamus as well, though?
This wasn't Sheamus, because he was like, oh, from your farm, I thought you had potatoes, but you're just smuggling some tater tots.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go the suffering succotash.
No, I think this is a line, word for word, or at least. I thought from your farm you had some potatoes. And he just takes a step back, comes forward, and he's like, does that weird, stupid little cool sort of voice. We are just smuggling some tater tots, son. Like, Jesus Christ, man, he was so corny back then, like, in the way he still is at times. But yeah, this is the Roman Reigns where you had the likes of tater tots, suffering succotash,
son,
Roman and the Beanstalk.
Oh my god, I forgot about that one. Oh my god.
I remember this clearly because these are the things that really put me off Roman, and I was really put off by Roman at that time anyway.
Yes. Oh, who was it?
In case you don't know, Roman's a very popular wrestler with the fans.
Totally.
Cheers every night.
Loves it.
Great promo. Great promo.
Especially the hardcores.
Oh, he's fantastic on the mic. That little Roman guy.
Little Roman.
He's only on the mid card though. He's not really getting his push. God, where's his push right now? Like, oh my god! And Jesus Christ, he is terrible in the ring, but he is fantastic on the mic. Oh wait, is that supposed to be the other way round?
Yes.
It is, isn't it?
That's the thing about Roman. He's not a bad wrestler. He's a very good wrestler.
He's a good wrestler. He's a solid.
He's better than Cena. but it's like, oh,
You want to rephrase that one?
no, no.
No, we talked about this. We said he was better than what Cena was at the same sort of distance of
Okay,
time.
sure, yes.
Roman's
And he's better than his old Cena now.
But it's a weird period.
Cena
It's
is
a weird-
peak.
Cena peak was 2015. We both will hopefully agree on that.
Yes.
There was 2
In
times.
2015, Roman was terrible, so that's just...
There's certain areas of Cena I liked. I liked the summer 2011 Cena. I liked the 2015 Cena. I actually really enjoyed 2007 Cena.
Yeah.
But what people don't actually understand. To me, that was a perfect point of him. It was that medium between PG and his old Dr. Fuggenham's character. It was more between 2006 and 2008. That sort of region was like that was the transitional point. You could sort of see it in his promos. There's less Dr. Fuggenham, but he still had that element to him. Like, I remember one promo he had Carlitos Cabana. And he was like him, Big Show, Angle, Edge, Michaels, Carlito, and Cena. And Cena just roasted all of them. Well, he did roast all of them.
Yes, okay.
Why are we talking
Anyway, why are we talking about this? Why are we talking about John Cena?
It's
It's a Roman Reigns thing. You inducted Roman Reigns.
Send it all like that 2015 and Roman. Fantastic promo for you, deal. Good young sir. No, CM Punk's 2009 pipe bomb, nowhere near as good. It was a B+.
Okay. So there you have it.
There you
The
have
first 2 inductees into the Hall of Fame.
Here we go.
We have Charmel versus Jenna in one of the worst matches of all time. And
The Roman Reigns
Roman Reigns